where the light parts and the more dark parts. You will see it from the satellite as well. So this looks like the top of the Nürburgring, and it's actually living.
So that's a living moss wall, as it were.
And it breathes the air, and so also the water in the air, and that's how it lives. And if you would touch it, it would get brown. So you please never touch it.
Okay.
But if you don't touch it, it will stay like this, and it will also develop itself a little bit throughout the years.
So where the foliage is actually more dense,
it's
in the real forest, you've
so
replicated that there.
Correct. And maybe there's a field from a farmer or so where it's more light. It's a small village or so.
This attention to details, family. I love it. It's very cool. Why is it that you only did the Nordschleifer and not added the GP circuit on? Is it just a bit more of a favourite stretch of tarmac?
I think so.
Yeah, we're on the same. We're on the same page here.
I think so.
These guys have got a carbon kitchen, for goodness sake.
Oh look!
Look at this. You know it's going to be a good visit when we go to the toilet first.
Yeah, this is actual metal melted on the wall. So somebody put metal here, melted on the wall directly, and then scratched some hole in it to make a shape out of it. So this is.
What do you mean? How do you melt metal on the wall?
I don't know how it works exactly, but it's not. It hasn't been here before, so they put it here and then scratch it, and then there's a very nice ceiling, which is also very specialized.
That's so cool.
I have no idea how it works. And
then you have a carbon sink.
Carbon sink, yes.
Are you kidding me? So do you have these made to spec? Do you speak to your carbon partner? And say,
the kitchen, yes. The kitchen, but this you could order, yeah.
Totally stealing those. Does an actual GT3R wing?
GT3R 991, so our first car we started racing with, professional racing, so we also did DTM and stuff, so that's why we are so keen to have this one here.
This is the ultimate man cave going on here.
I haven't seen that anywhere else. That's cool.
But I think the most impressive thing's got to be your entirely carbon kitchen.
Yeah.
That is carbon.
Also where our newspapers are located is also
carbon.
Full carbon.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Really cool. Look at this. Look at this whole thing. Good carbon. Is it even carbon inside?
Yes.
The whole thing. It's just wild, dude. You got a carbon cooker and a carbon fridge.
These are nice.
Yeah. Oh, I love how sort of seamlessly clean it all is. Isn't that great? Go somewhere and we're like, oh man, we gotta up the game. we gotta up the game a bit. Yeah.
That's why we haven't started yet. We can't decide.
Fantastic. So how long have you been here for?
Only since 2020.
Oh wow!
So we've been founded 7 years ago, but where we really started to grow was here. It was during Corona times when we built this house.
Yeah.
That's why the building process was quite fast, because we got a lot of construction workers here.
Because not much work going on.
That's it. And so we started here 2020, and that was combined with the ADAC GT Master 991. GT3R racing.
Okay, yeah.
And then it grew, we got the workshop, you will see it in a short time. We got a crazy dyno. You've seen dynos, but you haven't seen something like this.
Seriously?
Seriously.
That's big talk.
That is good. Dyno off.
Yeah. Dyno off. Dyno competition coming in here.
And then we've started developing our own conversions for street cars here.
Okay.
So at the beginning we started as a workshop, but it grew, and we saw that there are some questions from customers which we couldn't get out of normal stuff you could buy. So we started to make our own stuff. Wow. Develop. We go to the wind channel. We go to the poster for own suspensions. We create our own rims. So and everything we do here is focused on performance.
So if it makes it faster, then
we go for it.
Your goal.
Yeah. And if it's lightweight, it's lightweight. If it's rims, it's rims. If it's suspension, it's suspension. But everything has only one goal: make it faster on the track. Street cars. Also, of course, we do race cars, but we don't develop race cars. So we do race Lamborghini now at the moment with 3 cars in DTM.
Wow.
2024 we raced 2 cars with the Nicky team.
Yes.
No. You know him?
Yeah, Nicky.
He's racing fast.
Good lad. Yeah.
He's racing fast. So he's very proud of it, because his father raced in the DTM.
Oh,
you know,
brilliant.
you know that?
I didn't know that.
So now
Fantastic.
he as his son is in the DTM with
Wow.
us.
Oh, how special is that?
And then Mirko Bortolotti,
Uh-huh.
who was second in the championship 2023.
Yes.
So you can imagine our goal for
So
2024.
your pairing is strong.
Very strong.
Very strong.
We focus on these two guys and yeah, with Lamborghini. But there we have an own facility. It's half an hour from here. It's called Markt Schwaben.
Okay.
And there our whole race team is located. So
Okay.
here we only take care about street cars,
Okay.
development,
Right.
and also about customer racing. So we have some race cars here, but
But it's not pro tier.
that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's probably the punchiest 5-minute intro we've had to anywhere. I mean, you're confident when you start in the toilet. Let's face it.
I know, we've just done it in the kitchen.
You just did full mic drop. We're like, listen, like in the back's even better, but check out the kitchen. Like, really? Like, where do we go from there?
Yeah, you're going to have to say that all again out there.
So if the carbon fiber fridge wasn't enough, they have their own jam. SSR Performance jam. And we've got some SSR Performance wine going on here. And I think this is oil too, right?
Correct.
You've got
SSR
your
Performance
SSR
oil.
Performance oil. This isn't gearbox oil. This is olive oil. So fun fact, these aren't actually decoration. They are Bang & Olufsen speakers designed as a sort of artwork installation. So each one of these panels, if I get up close to it, like there's this angular design language, each of these is actually a speaker pod. And Bang & Olufsen supply these with different colored sort of mesh panels that you can stick on each of those pods so that you can ultimately design what looks like an art installation that's in keeping with your overall environment, but actually it's one massive wireless speaker array. So you can put it in a room like this, and when you're having events and things, it looks really cool. And well, ultimately, that's one massive speaker. God, it's got like some pops and bangs and whip cracks. It's a bonkers machine. Dear me. Wow. That was crazy. That microphone's definitely not doing it justice. That thing's mental.
You have to imagine with this configuration, I went from Munich to Nuremberg, which is like 200 kilometers on the Autobahn with this car, with this configuration.
Did you put headphones on?
I was trying to shift in 8th gear as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah?
Please, 8th gear, please.
One of the things that we're going to be doing today, which is highly cool because I've not even driven this car yet. SSR just so happened to be down the road from Racing Unleashed, and announcing right now we're going to do a sim competition together with Racing Unleashed. I'm going to set a benchmark time, which frankly, I'm not the best sim driver, so you're in with a good chance. And the fastest time of this series will end up at the Red Bull Ring in this car.
Driving this car.
This actual car.
In real life, this actual car.
That's cool. That is so cool. So now is the time to not only experience Racing Unleashed's very latest GT simulator, but also be in with the chance of joining us at the Red Bull Ring for real laps in the actual SSR GT4 CS. Check out the link in the description below, all of the info and how to enter. Yeah. So the iPad controls the venue.
I can click on each room or floor.
So you've got like a blueprint mapped of the room.
And then I can say where I want to go. For example, kitchen.
Yeah.
And then I can make light.
Oh, that's
on,
very cool.
And see it?
Yeah.
On again.
I really like how it's laid out visually as a room rather than it just naming the room, if that makes sense. That's really good.
And this is now upper floor. So now I'm on upper floor. And I can go to gallery upstairs. And I can switch it.
Oh, nice.
Upstairs.
That's just great. We're just speculating. We've just finished wrapping the main video. You've got to go over to the main channel to check that out. And we finished the ending by the completed car. But the view up there, overlooking the cars, is quite cool. So we might do a take two, maybe.
This is basically a GT4, yeah? So we've also converted this GT4, normal GT4, to an SSR CS. So it also gets the suspension upgrade, and it gets a swan neck wing. So we had to create new swan necks here, and new mounts, and
of course, I forget the dare I say it, standard GT4
standard
doesn't have a swan neck mount, does it?
Correct. So we created the new mounts, which look beautiful, I guess.
Yeah, they are stunning.
They are in the original car, so you just screw them in. It's very easy. Okay. Then I quickly show you. We have some carbon fiber plates in here, which say SSR CS, which give the force of the wing to the chassis.
Okay, so this is like a weight distribution plate.
Correct.
As it were.
Yeah, correct.
Because all of a sudden you've got downforce at this
when we did it with the black car that you just saw,
yes,
there were some holes, maybe 2 or 3 millimeters inside the aluminium here.
Yes.
They were really bent in because the power of the wing is so high that it really pushes into the chassis.
Dents the chassis.
Yeah.
Wow. So you found that during testing that
it
was really generating that much force.
This is an upgrade for all the customers that already have the car.
Yes.
People who I'm talking to, they know now that they get an upgrade for their car, and they just install it afterwards so that it's different here.
Isn't that a great demo of actually how much effect an upgraded wing
I didn't
has?
expect it. I didn't expect it. Totally
it's quite
not
some serious
expected.
force, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
And then in the front it's the same. We already cut the hole, and here's already the channel inside. So here's already this is installed, and then there's a second piece going in here, slide it in here, and then connecting it to the hood. So this then, if you upgrade it to the SSR CS, also gets the NACA ducts for the brake cooling, and it gets the vents that go there to cool the brakes.
It's a pretty cool upgrade,
It's
isn't it?
a very cool upgrade. Also, the front looks so aggressive. If you would imagine how this car...
The depth of the split is so much more aggressive, isn't it?
And also it gets these aero flaps now and the dive planes, so...
Well, it basically looks like a GT4 RS. Yeah.
Except from the engine, it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
of course.
Downforce-wise, it is a GT4 RS with SSR CS upgrade package. Also, the sound of the engine you can make extreme. I've tried it.
The sounds of that, I'm sure.
But this can be also very loud. It can also be very quick. So this is quite a nice, cheap alternative.
Sure.
Converting your GT4 to an SSR CS.
It's a great option, actually, isn't it?
GT4 RS, Because
fantastic.
What I didn't tell you yet, the car you're going to cut a hole in is brand new. It's factory kilometers.
Mate, are you sure you need me to do that? I'm not.
So this is a used car, but we're trying it now with
a
new car.
Oh, mate.
This is an SSR GT being built. You see all the interior stripped out. It's getting a blue interior, blue leather.
Oh, it's quite extensive
blue
work.
Carbon fiber seats.
Fantastic.
Yeah, everything stripped out.
So was this number 9 of 10, is it? Or
7.
This is 7 of 10.
7.
Okay.
And 8 is here. It just got the engine upgrade, and that is quite nice to see actually how we mount the wing or the swan neck wing to the chassis.
Right in there.
Yeah. So it's really mounted in the chassis to give the downforce right to the chassis. Yeah. What you can't achieve with the GT4 S because the wing is on the boot, but here it's directly mounted on the chassis. Yeah.
You know, by and large, you're a fairly new brand.
Yeah.
I mean, to have launched and sold 10 of these is quite impressive, actually.
It's so funny because I mean 10 is not too much, right?
No, it's not too much, but it's a big investment and a big job.
That's true. It's also not a cheap conversion, of course, to an SSR GT. But everybody who actually came here, so a lot of people say no, maybe somebody else should try. But everybody who actually came here and took it for a spin was convinced.
Was like, I need
there
one
was
of
not
those.
A single person coming here with asking to buy one, driving it and saying, no, sorry, I don't want one. But everybody's coming.
And going, I'll take one of those.
They take it. But a lot of people, I think they don't come because they say, oh, it's too new, let these try or so. But it was quite
for me,
easy
honestly,
to convince people when they are here.
Yes,
convincing people by a media or by a catalog or so is very difficult.
When you come here, it's a different ballgame. I mean, honestly, it's I totally understand that. But once you've walked around, you look at the product differently because you're aware of how much engineering and R&D and development and I guess the proper way of doing it
Yeah,
you know?
correct. What's behind it? Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is the car I really love.
Behind the scenes, this is not what I was expecting to be doing today, Yorkie. But we just cut a hole in that Porsche there. See that? That's my hole, which is a bit of fun.
Okay, that one is the GT4, so we changed more parts on the GT4 because the GT4 doesn't have the the brake cooling,
brake ducting, yeah,
and louvers and everything, but we don't do the louvers. But the brake cooling system is not on the GT4, so we have to assemble it on the GT4. So it gets this one here, this pipe here.
Yes. And that's
also
blowing air on the
brake lines on the GT4S are different. The layout from the brake pipes are different in the front at the ABS block.
Right.
But we could it goes through at the GT4, so we can get the brake cooling system as well on the GT4.
Awesome.
And yeah, of course our bonnet.
Yep.
And the big wing.
The huge wing.
And also GT4S has the center lock here.
Yes.
Which the normal GT4 doesn't have.
And then you'll swap out these wheels with your wheels.
Yes, with our own wheels, yes.
I think it's great that you've maintained the same aesthetic, but you've made them lighter.
Yeah, we made them lighter and a little bit more.
A little bit more.
The details, some more details.
Yeah. Absolutely fascinated by this thing ever since it launched. Just check this out 1 second. I know every now and again some extreme cars get likened to a fighter jet for the road. Just check this out. Are you ready? Are you kidding me? What a machine. Look at that. If that isn't one of the most extreme road cars, I don't know what is. So this is a relatively new platform. KTM are actually running the Crossbow GT XR in the likes of GT2 series. So I believe, even though this is a road car, you can fundamentally fit a set of slicks on this. Now this has come with Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s on it, which as an all-rounder, obviously brilliant, but as a platform that you don't need to change in order to put slicks on, what a formula. So the guys at SSR, they have color matched every sort of accent on this car to be on brand with what these guys offer. So their signature brand color is this iridescent green. Normally these accents associated with KTM are typically orange, like so. So like that. The owner of this car, quite rightly, is losing sleep over that one last piece of orange which is in this car. So everything else is currently being trimmed, swapped, contrast stitching on the Alcantara, even the KTM logo on the wheel, the colors of the coilovers, everything has been tied in SSR, but the last remaining component is these, which I am led to believe is a component which is arriving soon. Calipers, the lot, wing plates. What a machine. So this is in the guys at SSR to do some custom upgrades to do with exhaust, suspension. I believe there might be some power tweaks going on. Do yourself a favor, go on to the YouTubes and search for KTM GT2 onboard and watch one of these going around the Nürburgring from an onboard point of view. It is mind-bendingly fast. So hopefully we can find someone at KTM who might stick us in one for a drive, because I'd love to experience what it's like. It's kind of like I mean, if you look at it from a tub and a profile and its purpose, it's like an affordable Valkyrie, isn't it? How mega is that? I don't know, I think they're €250,000-ish. I don't know that doesn't include the completely exposed carbon fiber body, but I can guarantee you one thing, it's cheaper than a Valkyrie. Now look, it doesn't have a naturally aspirated high revving V12, but it does have an Audi derived 5-cylinder, which is tunable and goes like hell and is bulletproof, and in a platform that weighs, I think, a little over a ton. Very compelling indeed from a track day point of view, despite the fact that this is also road legal. Also, where do you get theatre like that from? If I just open the bat wings, let's see if I can do this. There are door handles here. Look, if I open that, like that, and then I'll open the one around here. That's it, yeah. Bring that up like this, and then look at the view now. It's so crazy. Look at that thing. That's road legal. Yeah, we could really do with, I mean, this car works for the air skates, because it's got an air jack, it's got an airline, because it's a race car. Look how easy it is to move it. But there is this piece of equipment that you can move a car. You just roll it under as a tray and you drag it around. Garage had one. we could do with one of those. Turns out I did a bit of research on them, and they're ridiculously expensive. Typically, every bit of cool equipment is. But that's the shot that we're looking to recreate, effectively. This shot here. So this is our thumbnail prop. Pretty casual to have a GT3R as your thumbnail prop. And also pretty helpful that it's on skates. So the challenge here is going to be lining it up with this grid here, because it is perfectly symmetrical with the rest of the room. If we don't get this straight on this line, I'm not going to sleep tonight, and we're going to have to do loads of Photoshop to make sure that it looks straight. So thankfully, we've got a car that's easy to maneuver.
Let's do one here, because that looks wicked.
That does look really good, actually.
We'll straighten this up. You can straighten that on that line.
As a thumbnail option. And we'll give that
James
a go, because that framing looks really cool.
There.
Yeah, I might just stand behind the rear front wing of the GT3R. Sort of, if I'm stood sort of there. Yeah, that's a great shot. Easy as that, huh? Oh, wow. I'm so used to taking the back off a Porsche and it not looking like much.
This is the same engine, Marcus, right? Than in the...
Wow, look at that. That's a motorsport engine right there. How cool.
Same engine than in the RSR.
Is it really?
The base is the same.
The base of an RSR engine.
4.2.
That these sound unbelievable. Look at it. Carbon airbox, braided lines, and all sorts of jazz.
Let's fire it up.
So you just take the door off. You don't just open it. You just sort of take the whole door off. Right. Look at this. So this carbon piece here, is that part of the impact, like side impact structure?
Side impact, yes.
Side impact structure. Right. Oh, and the pedal box is awesome.
Yeah.
Brake pedal's massive.
Yeah. You can adjust the pedal box, not the seat. The seat is already in the car, and then you adjust the pedal box for you.
It's the environment.
And then you can adjust here. When you do a quick driver change, you can adjust the steering wheel now. It's for fast driver change.
Wow. That is a serious place to be.
Here you can adjust the pedal box.
Box there. Okay, so that's pedal box. Oh yeah, look at that.
What is it?
The whole
Does it
thing.
come to you?
It comes to you. The whole pedal box. Yeah. It's pretty serious. So when a new driver gets in, they can adjust it super fast and just go.
Yeah. Normally, when you have two drivers on the car, they put stops on the pedal box.
Okay.
Then one driver had the front
Right.
one, and the other driver had the back one.
Right. Unbelievable, man. You know when you hear that cliche statement of like supercars feeling like race cars for the road? They're nothing like it. Yeah. When you get into an actual race car, they are totally different world, aren't they?
Yeah. So you can also put on the ignition when you want. You put on the main, the top one.
Down?
Yes. Yeah. You need to take it out. This one.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Oof.
Take a little bit and then.
Man, we're in a GT3R. That's so cool.
Fire it up.
That is a purposeful cockpit, isn't it? Look at all of the adjustments for traction and ABS. They're all backlit. I suppose the importance of illumination in this is quite high with it being an endurance car, right?
This radio. Is that the radio?
Yeah, it's the radio.
Radio.
Wow.
When you need to change it, then it's on the seat. You can change it first.
That's a nice touch. You've got elastic bands on the belts,
Yeah,
so that
this
when
is
you
always
undo
for
them, they immediately
So on a driver change, they just
So
away.
you have the other belt here.
Oh, you've got a Velcro on the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, just tiny little awesome details. Like elastic bands, so as soon as you undo your harness, straight out of the way, and then your harness up here, whack it up there.
Yeah.
Your mate drags you out of the cockpit.
Yeah. Also the middle one is also with straps here.
Oh yeah. So the whole thing just goes.
Yeah, the whole one. Yeah. Only this right one.
I love race cars, man. They're so cool. You know what I like as well? Like, I mean, that sounds so basic. Big buttons, Like the whole of this cockpit is designed to be a practical place to go fast, and with buttons like that, and don't forget gloves on.
Yeah.
It's just easy to smash one at speed. Yeah, that's.
Oh
special.
yeah, they just whack that, don't they? It's
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it inside. Let's put this inside for the driver. And then something when happens, they put it also on and
Bang, jump out.
so when you have a crash, they can undo this roof here. This part of the roof.
pull you out.
Yeah. Or to put your neck.
Yeah.
It's well thought out, isn't it? It's really well thought out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Standing around.
That's really interesting. The box. I think LaFerrari has this.
See it down there.
So in a LaFerrari, you adjust the box.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's more security thing. The seat is fitted in the car.
Yes.
And you only adjust the pedal box.
Sure. There's a bit of an intimidation factor about it because it's so serious in there. You know, it is no joke, that thing.
When you undo the bodywork, 10 minutes. It's
Yes.
wrapped.
Yeah.
Completely strapped.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's really.
10 minutes.
Yeah, two guys, 10 minutes. There's nobody, nothing on it. No fenders, nothing.
Are the brake lines on this dry? They're dry lines?
Porsche.
Yeah, so you just
Oh,
snap on,
Porsche.
snap off. It's amazing. So you can take off an entire brake assembly almost in one
Yes,
hit,
yes.
and then snap on a fresh one.
Yes.
It's
This is
incredible.
what you do when you go on a 24-hour race or something.
Sure, yeah. I love them, man. They're just so extreme. Mega.
And you bleed it outside of the car. You have a
Oh,
pedal.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
most teams have a
Bleed it
pedal.
outside.
For outside, they bleed it outside.
Okay.
And then put it in the car. Other teams do it in the car and put it back
Right.
out.
Yeah.
But you can bleed it also, put it the force couple on, and then it's ready. So
Has it
24
got?
hours
It looks like to me it's got crazy upgraded headlights.
Yeah, the lights.
Like they look.
Yeah, you don't need
Serious.
the 992s don't need the extra lights for 24 hours or for the nights.
Okay.
They have it all in the.
Yeah, I actually read something about this. It's like a reverse magnifying glass in there or something, and the way it amplifies the light on the track is like a massive beam.
I think it's the same light from the LMDH.
Is it?
From the 90.
Right, okay.
I don't know, but I
Yes.
think so.
When you see this now, you can see the inspiration for the SSR kit, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, it is. It's literally the same. Like massive intake, straight through cooler, out through bonnet.
Yeah.
Just efficient airflow, isn't it? So is that a fuel tank here?
Yeah, that's the fuel tank.
That's the fuel tank. So
Yeah,
you've got a
there's a
quick
tank and
dump
there is
there.
a safety feature inside. There's the fuel is inside a plastic.
Plastic
cell.
Yeah, cell, a
Fuel
plastic
cell?
cell inside of the
Yeah.
car pump. Pumps in spare pumps. You can switch inside from one pump to the other pump.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And they are reserve pumps.
Yeah. Normally, when you do a fire up or do you warm it up, you do it on the spare pumps.
Yes.
Then you use it all. Also, you use it all together.
When you're inputting fuel through this connector, is that a quick dump? Is it,
Yeah.
or is it a fuel pump?
No.
It's
no.
an it's an
You have
over
a
the
can.
shoulder.
You have a 25-liter can.
So it's
you
just
can
an-
put it on.
it's an over-the-shoulder dump.
Or you do it with a fuel station.
Okay.
Then you can fuel it up 100 liters.
100 liters. How fast can you deplete 25-liter dump?
2 seconds.
2 or 3 seconds. 25
Inside,
liters. It's, everything about it is so awesome. 2 or 3 seconds, 25 liters.
The pit entry,
Yeah.
we have left side or right turn circuit.
Yes.
Then normally the fuel guys is going here with his big hose,
Yeah.
going here, and we see how much fuel is in the car.
So on the inside
Yeah.
the car there
Yeah.
will
There's a
be a
fuel
fuel
light.
light. And so when they're dumping, they're watching the fuel light, and
Yes.
what? When it goes green, they boom,
Yeah.
they come out.
No way.
They can see how much fuel is in the car.
I love racing. It's awesome.
Normally he know it. He know he must
Sure.
put 40 liters, or normally they do it in kilograms. He know he does.
do
he
they?
must do. Yeah,
Okay.
normally do it in kilogram. And we can watch here on the lights also. It's light.
Oh, it's
Very nice.
I don't know how they make these things. It's so cool. That's
This one.
so that's the entire front assembly. Well, that's it. That's the front assembly. That's it. So it's designed weirdly to say this. It's designed to crash.
Designed to crash.
Designed to crash. Yeah.
24-hour race, and somebody hit you, they can fall out first.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's also the fenders. The fenders have 2 screws.
Yes.
And this is the rest. This,
So sometimes they just
it's
put
the only hold with the front bumper and.
So is that why when you see a crash in racing, it almost looks worse than it is because all the panels fly off the car?
Yeah.
That makes sense now. Yeah. All right. Good job. So we've got the Michelin Pilot Alpine on these. So that's a good job because they're about to deposit 1,000 horsepower to a -5 surface. You know. Whoa.